Greetings and welcome to another BallChat Watchalong, the stress-free, stress relief show. Right here, you don't know, so we're getting ready for Jamaica versus Guadeloupe. I'm one of the hosts, Junior, alongside my brother, Benton. What's going on, boss?
This is not a stress-free show, family. You don't make up them title. But big up, big up, big up. Greetings to all listeners and happy Friday to the
Happy
committed
first day of
ones.
summer. Happy first day of summer, too.
Oh really?
Yeah, today.
A summertime,
So
outside.
we're officially in summer. Today is the summer solstice. Today is the longest day of the year for all those in the northern hemisphere. Today is the longest day, the shortest night of the year. Yeah, they could known facts. Well, all of my science heads out there.
Yep. But you don't know. Big up to all listeners. Reggae Boys football again. Never a dull moment. Always things to look forward to. And always things to debate. But Radio Guadeloupe versus the Reggae Boys must win game for both of these teams. And since this is Jamaica be a show, must win game for Steve McLaren and the Reggae Boys. Don't know.
Yeah, that and let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. The starting lineup is in. I'm not going to go off the sites um, formation. We don't know what formation Jamaica is in. So let's just go off the players. So in goal we have Andre Blake, Latibodir, King, Pinnock, Bell, Demari Gray, Lambagisa, John Russell, Leon Bailey, Warner Brown, and Busy Atkinson. So the big change for since big up to BM as BM says big up ball chat. So the big change to the lineup since the last game is Busy Atkinson coming in for Damian Lowe, and also there's another change in here. What did I change? Oh, Cephas and Lambagisa. Lambagisa coming in for Cephas. That's a change in the starting 11 since the last game. BM says, hope you guys had a good week. So, bedtime, so we can answer how you start your week. But before we dive into the Jamaica starting lineup, let's go into the it's a side of starting lineup. The Guadeloupe starting lineup. We have Cognard in goal of Ruslan, Sentini, Salvet, Cavari, Moko. Boy Moko or Moko, I know we're going to have fun with that name today, the right back. I guess he's playing the right back. Leborne, Cadio, Baran, Phaeton, the big baller. He plays in I think CSK Moscow, and Ambrose up front as a striker. So bedtime, before we start the stress, how your week going, boss?
Week is good. It's a very, very relaxing and enjoyable week. You don't know. And I think Matthias Payton plays for CSK Sofia.
Oh, Sophia. Yeah.
Yeah, CSK Sofia is we don't know. We're gonna keep an eye on him versus Lambagisa on that left wing. The player that we're gonna keep close eye on. But as for the Reggae Boys, hey, look, bottom line, the coach say is about business. It's about getting a W. In fact, to paraphrase, I think he even mentioned at the pre-match press conference, formation is one thing, but more importantly, victory is. He's kind of don't play formation and tactics to an extent and focusing on just getting a victory. After I was asked about the lack of a six, and that's been a talking point for Reggae Boy, a lot of Reggae Boys fans all week. Personally, I think I wanna not I think I'm trying to remain consistent with the way I look at these managers that manage the Reggae Boys, and my bottom line I always try to circle back is you get to select your squad, you get to select your team, but bottom line is that if the results go sideways, then this is when I will start holding you to task because you have a job and the job is to win football games. So Steve McLaren, big game today. You must win this ball game. Bottom line. And Jamaica does have a good record against Guadeloupe. I mean, historically. So, but ball round, you still have to go out there and play the game. Guadeloupe definitely suffered a 5-2 defeat against Panama. In their opening game, of course, Reggae Boyz suffered a 1-0 defeat against Guatemala. And even though Panama may have took the foot off the pedal and after going up in the lead against against Guadeloupe, Guadeloupe was competitive and did show themselves once they settled down in that ball game. So I do expect this game to have some flares and some contention. Caribbean teams, you don't know, ball it should be a bit feisty.
Well, I mean, I guess you said it best, I guess. So, but I don't know. I'm a little bit indifferent when it comes on to that. But who am I? Who am I to say? But ever since Jamaica lost to Guatemala 1-0, other scores in the Gold Cup, El Salvador drew with Curacao 0-0, which is a very that's a very curious result. Canada defeated Honduras 6-0, a very feisty Jesse Marsh, and Canada defeated Honduras 6-0. Costa Rica defeated Dominican Republic 2-1. Mexico defeated Suriname 2-0. Haiti and Trinidad drew 1-1. And the United States defeated Saudi Arabia 1-0. But the people them still can't satisfied. But we have 5 minutes before kickoff. It all hinges on this game right now. And thankfully for me, from a Jamaican perspective, we don't see the Panama Guatemala game first. I think that would have probably have some effect on the psyche of the players, depending on how that game turned out. As expected, though, we should be expecting Panama to defeat Guatemala and defeat them handedly, and we'll see what the final match day plays out to be. But like I said, Benton, Jamaicans have to take care of them business. There's still some disappointment from the Guatemala game, but yo, let's go out there, take care of business, and then we'll get ready for Panama, the last game, and then we'll see what is what. Um, how? What's your sense? Because the thing that I want to push back on, and maybe we don't have enough time to push back on it, is when you brought up that you're going to take Steve McLaren to task, right? And it feels like the Jamaican coaches and the Jamaican diaspora have a one loss limit for their coaches, especially foreign coaches. Do you feel attacked when I say that about you, Benton, that you just sit down and wait for the coach to lose one game and then you draw for the pickaxe?
We don't sit down and wait for no coach to lose a game. But these managers come in with a lot of fanfare and a lot of clout and a lot of name. And they garner a very high salary package, to my understanding. Now, I don't know the particulars. And they come with their football expertise, i.e., them play a Europe or them coach a Europe. And when they do coach this Jamaican football team in recent memory, the results par for par are not much better than Tapa Whitmore or some of the routine managers that coach a team for a cheap. So, our money we are saying we want a return on our investment. And we don't put no boy because he used to coach Manchester United or whatever, coach of England, on a pedestal, Steve McLaren. You have to deliver results. And we don't care how you want to speak and say seal it up and do whatever and how you interact with charisma. Unlike the dentist, it's all about results. So that is my holding to task.
All right, so
That is
so
my holding to task. Because you can't go up and I play Damian Lowe in a six and talk about it's a problem we have with six. Brother, you only carry 1-6. Isaac Hayden injured, and now you don't have a six. And now come talk about out of all the Jamaicans that play football, Kevin Lambert play football at six. All the Jamaicans who play six. You can't tell me say you can't find a six, but Damian Lowe is a six.
yeah, well, fair enough, fair enough.
It's
Many
just
questions,
common sense thing around here.
talking about common sense. BM said that really Steve McLaren, busy Atkinson instead of Cephas. This is just incompetence. Now, I want to caution everybody from the 4-3-3. I don't think Jamaica is playing 4-3-3. I don't think Busy Atkinson is starting on the left wing. But Busy Atkinson, in essence, is coming in for Cephas, and Lamba Gisa is, in essence, coming in for Damian Lowe. You talked about not having a 6, but then you take out Damian Lowe, or Damian Lowe can't play today, but you put in Lamba Gisa, who is a right back. So you're still not replacing him with a 6. The question though, Benton, is Cephas and Busy Atkinson. 1 minute. What is your takeaway from this lineup? Are you disappointed? Are you surprised? Are you scratching your head like BM is? What's your takeaway from this lineup?
No, bottom line, and I want to reiterate, the results are the important thing for me. You play and select whosoever you want, and then we can take it to task at the end of the game. I would prefer a Kaim Dixon and Busy both starting and Leon Bailey drop to the bench, because if Guatemala is supposed to be a weaker team, and based on the recent results, these teams, Jamaica, are heavily favored based on results. So this is where you start explore your depth, because you have bigger fish to fry, aka you have Panama in the next game. So to that end, but I didn't get a UEFA A license coaching certificate, so I'm just sit down and watch a ball game and light a fire when needed and applaud when needed.
So you do think that Busy Atkinson will be playing left wing?
Yes, he will. He will, because we've seen the Leon Bailey left wing experiment and it don't work. We saw it where in the game against Guatemala where they started him in the left wing, and it was toothless. Right. So he's more of a right wing. He's been more effective. Of course, he had some successes back in the day playing the Bundesliga on the left, but in recent memory, he's been most impactful when he does feel like it for Aston Villa on the right wing. Now, to that end, of course, he will cut in and shoot very well with his left, strikes him. But big up to the people in the stands. Big up to the 4-yard man. No, brother, cameraman, move up. Ready up for the ball game.
As Chili Chin Chin says, I'm glad the man them not sing no anthem. Monday night, they talk about after the KFC debacle, him wouldn't sing either. BM says that Monday night's result was a bad omen for Jamaica. The last time Jamaica lost the opening game of the Gold Cup, we got eliminated in the group stage. That was a 2009 Gold Cup. And Jamaica might as well get eliminated out of this too, as we have kickoff.
You see, and also an important thing to point out now, these games are a build-up to the World Cup qualifier, because a lot is placed on the World Cup qualifiers for the Reggae Boyz. We've heard it time and time again. But when it comes to matches, there's not a lot of matches left before you actually go into World Cup qualifiers in the fall. So these games is to try to figure out who you have, who playing 6, who's playing your midfield, what's the depth, right wing, left wing, and who's going to be leading the line for you.
Right. As BM confirms for us that it is indeed a 4-3-3. Bailey, Brown, and Gray are the front. Front 3, Busy, Latti, and Russell in the midfield.
And I must highlight Warner Brown again. Always looking forward to see him play. I think this youth has a lot of energy leading the line. And I expect him to score a goal or two today. As long as he supplied the last game, he wasn't given the supply. And so today, against this Guadeloupe team, I do expect, as the Reggae Boyz break down the right. And good shot, Leon Bailey.
Punch over the bar for a corner kick. So put into the predictions now. Yo, listen to me. Jamaica 9, Guadeloupe 0.
You start with the foolishness already. I mean, I think you're supposed to have drink from morning. Wait, now 5 long we didn't say in the last game.
Jamaica 9, Guadeloupe 0. Put in the prediction, people. Chin, put in the prediction. BM, put in the prediction. 9 love myself. But I look no friend from the Guadeloupe people, man. And go 9 love when I get to them.
I wish you going like that. You are play a ball. By the way, big up to all the athletes them who switch for Turkey. Right? Campbell and Stone, big up on yourself. Go on. Report Jaden Hibbert is also on the move, and all these things leads to other discussions around Jamaican sports, and Jamaican football is front and center, the linchpin of that stuff with just, so.
BM says Jamaica 2, Guatemala 2. I mean, Guadeloupe 2. Keep saying Guatemala.
Yeah, man, we keep saying Guatemala. Guatemala have we shook. Because we still, I still look on it 1-0. But, important thing for new listeners, I mean, Guadeloupe is, is part of that French outfit. These players cannot, Guadeloupe cannot play in the World Cup. Is that, these players do qualify to play for the French team. But, I mean, man like Payton, as good as he is, he won't make that French team because that's how good the French team is,
I mean, that goes without saying, Payton.
Yeah, but, I mean, maybe Jamaica need to try by him. I mean, if Turkey buy baller, why Jamaica can buy athletes? Why Jamaica can buy baller too? I mean, we do have Jamaican ladies are willing to marry others for the program,
It's the 5 goal. 1 goal for every piece of chicken the man them fight over Wednesday. As we know, Jamaica, for all those who probably are asking what's up with this KFC reference, KFC had a deal on Wednesday where I think is them called like a mega dealer. So you buy one and you get 1 deal free, something like that. You get 1 meal free. Can't remember the name right now, but it caused pandemonium all over the island because they just weren't prepared for the people that were coming in.
All the rest of them for lockdown, for demonstrate and lockdown, all like KFC them. Fire for all of the chicken KFC thing around here. As Reggae Boyz try to play for out back. Oh, we are act on TikTok over chicken. Like we never used to fry chicken a yard long time. Why the son I thought that way, so me start with that. Hey, yo. Man. yo. Now drink some clear liquid. And the sun hot out that door.
But the funniest video though was the youth, like one little schoolers stood up in a KFC and dance. Somebody's face can't get food.
All them things there. As the Reggae Boyz playing the ball around from the back. The game is on FS1 Sport. Fox Soccer 1 in the US. I think it's on ESPN 2 Caribbean and Rush. I need to check in on the island which part how you can watch the game.
But I'm going to make a bold prediction. Jamaica going to make it to the finals of the World Cup.
Okay, Junior. Okay.
BM
we
says,
don't want to take credibility on certain things. BallChat listeners, don't hitch our credibility on Junior's prediction, please. And big up to Jocelyn Angloma. Jocelyn Angloma, head coach of Guadeloupe, part of that 1992-93 Marseille team that won UEFA Champions League, of course, with the immaculate and impressive Abidi Pele, the man called Ayo, the real Ayo.
But no coach, no coach on the first day of summer with sweater tie around him neck can beat my Jamaica side. You mad?
And as the Reggae Boyz play from out of the back. You have to have a reaction. The Reggae Boyz have to win this football game. If we're serious about certain things, we suffered a defeat against Guatemala. And now, we need to remind CONCACAF that we are here. We're still the Reggae Boyz.
Come on, so we're drinking the clear liquid. BM says, I saw the switch coming. I thought it's coming in regards to the athletes switching. But he's not surprised at all.
Leon Bailey with 2 on him. Mock that?
No,
As
Moko
Bailey
number
trying to
2.
go around Moko.
A Moko?
I want to know
No,
if it's
I
Moko.
think Moko play right back.
Moko playing right back.
I
Or
soon
is
let
Muko.
a Moko.
Or is Russell Lou. Russell Lou on the left side and Muko is on the left side. Matthias Payton coming down to get the ball. Definitely, you know, and then Thierry, we have a Thierry lead in the line for this team, you know. Thierry Ambrose, right? I think he's the attack. The man tap on the man foot, brother. Might not hurt the ball, I know. All right, so my question is Suli Makala, when they in a squad for? Isn't he a midfielder?
Boy, Suli, you might ask the same question right now.
Well, he's marked as a defender.
But Lati Bodir is marked as a defender too, but him playing midfield.
And Corey Anderson in a squad as a midfielder. Why Corey Anderson in a squad as a midfielder and I can't play midfield?
I would even flirt to putting Busy Atkinson where you're putting them Demari Gray.
Okay. Okay. The brother who missed the penalty.
Wait, yo, all right. So why build up on the field when he missed penalty?
Because the more JFF never pay him in playing money. Allegedly. Yo, nobody no sue me, no. Nobody don't send any sue as Guadeloupe down the left side, Russell versus Lambagisa. And I mean, this Guadeloupe team, they're quite physical, you know. It's definitely not gonna be something that they look like some countryman baller yard who you don't know when you go to a country go play some ball, you have to go prepare for war them because they're very physical. Seal it up man in charge of Jamaica. Wait. So which part why him sit down up as a junior?
Getting a bird's eye view.
Wait. How will he communicate to the head coach, Meran Garden?
He don't need to communicate to him. They already know what they're doing.
So, but remember he did
remember he did the same thing
legendary gaffer Jose Mourinho, when he's in the stand, he always have a cell phone or something with him to talk to his group.
No. But that's when the gaff was red carded. McLaren can come down. Remember he did the same thing against Nigeria.
When thinks it is our work, yes, sir?
Obviously, well, to me, and I'm sorry, Jamaicans, I'm going to go against the rhetoric. But to me, I think McLaren is signaling that he really doesn't care that much about the Gold Cup. He's working on something. So he wants to see the movement and how the ball is being played. That's why he goes that high up.
And
I'm sorry.
This is what
You can't cuss me out of the water. I'm just a messenger.
We don't want to cuss you because we don't know. So you support all of them clear folks from Europe. You were on the dentist bandwagon before the plane land. In fact, you start do the Icelandic club, and here you are on the Steve McLaren bandwagon as the Reggae Boyz in with the ball. All I'm asking for is accountability and some victories. That's what we ask for, and that is not too much we ask.
And true, and I agree with you. And in all fairness, Steve is actually holding himself and the other players accountable. You see, we ask for some changes and he make the changes.
But all right, go easy.
As Jamaica is in full control and trying to find a way to get that opening goal, which seems to be coming. So a 9-love game, listen up. And I will say I told you so.
As a long ball in and... Okay, well, just like Steve McLaren, right, but we need results.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
BM says, I disagree with Junior. The Gold Cup is the biggest competition in CONCACAF. Of course, Steve wants to do well. Yeah, you want to do well, but you also, next year is the priority.
Yeah,
That
but
don't
but
mean
I.
I want to lose 3 games. That's not what I'm saying.
So what exactly you saying? It's not important. What's the metric of not important? What's the readout? What are you trying to achieve? If you are McLaren, since you are the McLaren
All right,
whisperer.
so the metric of not important is if this was an important tournament and you're going to disagree or we're going to agree to disagree. But if this was an
Well,
important
we
tournament,
will decide if we're going to agree or disagree.
if this
Tell us
was
what
an
we are talking.
well, I'm not making no from now. Cause you're going to cuss me off. And everybody in the chat going to cuss me off. But Junior always right and heavy is the crown. It's okay. But if
But this
this
is the
was
man who
if
pick Arsenal every year for win Premier League and top of
and
all
that
this.
is called goat mouth, sir.
You know,
But
come on.
if Jamaica was serious, as Guadeloupe seems to apply like a pressure, but if Jamaica was serious about winning the Gold Cup or trying to get a good result in the Gold Cup, Ravel Morrison would be in the midfield right now.
But he didn't even make the provisional squad because the coach said he is not good at the coach at a press conference said he's playing in a league where he's not being able to see him and AK, you know what, we're playing about the tape. Coming on misrepresenting
It
it. The
doesn't
man not even
matter.
make the 60-man squad.
Ravel Morrison would be playing the six right now if Jamaica wanted to win the Gold Cup. Or wanted, but Ravel is not of any use next year to the World Cup. Because you're assuming Isaac Hayden will be healthy. You're assuming your players will be ready. So we work with what we have and try to figure out if we can find an alternative. As Guadeloupe with a shot from outside the 18, high and wide. But that's my synopsis.
And the manager is heavily dependent on his English ballers, Isaac Hayden included. And Isaac Hayden has played well, to be fair. The problem is that the manager has no backup plan. And when such player Isaac Hayden had to return to England, now the manager is lost at sea and grappling at straw. That's not the hallmark of a UEFA AA licensed manager. Even primary school, aka basic level managers, have backup plans, have depth charts, have people ready to go. In you are a manager. You used to coach, well, you coach basketball. Don't you have a depth chart? You have people layered on top of each other.
Yeah, but
It's
I
bread and
think
butter.
I think you're making the European club football sway your opinion a little bit differently because you can be the greatest coach in the world. For national team, you're limited by the players that you have available to you.
Yeah, but you don't select the players you have available to you. You don't select a Kevin Lambert. You don't select other midfielders. You rather play a brother who in six who is piss poor at best, Damian Lowe, big up yourself in the six, rather than, and then it has been proven that he's been piss poor and reckless, but you rather continue with it. So then, oh, you're going to do the same thing again and expect a different result.
Hold on. 2, 4, 6.
And Steve McLaren has a tactical folder out.
Hey,
That's
you
only
know
for
me a
markup.
code. You know me a code. Make sure
That's
say
only for,
22. Make sure 22 pieces for the board.
that's only
Cause
for markup on the board there. And also, I know that as a Manchester United fanboy, and Steve McLaren is also part of the Manchester United cult. You want him to do well.
no, I want Steve
Bring him up.
McLaren to do well because I'm Jamaican.
Yeah, but the added bonus is that he wants him
No,
to do
there's
well
no added
because of his
bonus.
name.
It starts and ends with Jamaica.
In fact, his added bonus he wanted to do well because he clear and come from Europe. Because I don't know if we did hear the same sort of passion and support from you for Tapa Whitmore, you know.
How many times you
Big
want me
up
to get
to
the same? How much time you want me to get that for Tapa? How much chance you want me to get Tapa?
big up to the man who says an ugly defeat is better than a pretty win. As I'm saying.
Why I don't know it.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand that dialect.
The speaker. Well, my internet a move shaky. So if I am crackling
No,
out
but you're
most
good.
of
You're
the
good. You're
audio.
good. You're good. Hey, come on, some bedtime. Take time with him. Yo, that beat me wicked today. DM says Rafael Barris says Steve McLaren doesn't think he's good enough. That's why he isn't included. Let me tell you something, guys. Since I am the clear skin whisperer, and you guys are not, don't take what Steve McLaren said as literal. Alright? Don't take it literal. It's his actions. Alright? That's all I'm saying.
But
His actions.
the actions we see at another low in midfield.
Who
And
that
by the way,
miscontrol the ball?
while son I thought that was Guatemala, Guadeloupe, sorry, Guatemala. Guadeloupe breaks away. Pathan, John Russell trying, well, John Russell intercepted and now playing. Reggae Boyz trying to figure out how they want to play. There's a lot of disjointedness to this play, to this build-up play, and
You're too harsh. I don't
but the
think I
thing is
don't
that
I don't think that's the case.
if Guadeloupe drops into a back five, how is it? So the wide players for the Reggae Boyz has to do their job in terms of be able to create and break things down.
Right. The thing for me is, as Liam Bailey, this has to be 1-0. And it Lord of mercy.
Leon Bailey with a shot on the post. It was close. It was close. He did actually got a shot on target, which, to my expectation, I was surprised that he did. So I will give him kudos for getting a shot on target. Reggae Boyz in the post, long ball over from Blake. Here comes the Reggae Boyz now with John Russell out wide. Cut out by Guadeloupe. As Guadeloupe tries to break quickly on the counter.
You know,
Ambrose.
Ambrose, there's
two players running.
As Chinny Chin Chin said, barely workless. There's a thing to and actually this brought up the question, right? Ironically, the question we asked about if Guadeloupe fall in a back five, where does Jamaica find joy? I will see it. It's just inverted runs from the wing. As the coach not come on yet. When the coach Fabi Frano come on, guarantee he's going to talk about the inverted runs from Bailey. But there's a thing in baseball. It happens in baseball a lot. They call it the yips. You familiar with that term, Benton?
I never heard of it, sir.
A
I'm a
Guadeloupe.
cricket fan.
Well, cricketers have the yips too. It affects cricketers as well. But the yips is when a player, for some reason, mentally they just cannot get over an object or a task. And the reason why it affects baseball players is like if a player catch a ground ball in the World Series and supposed to throw to first base. And it's a routine throw to first base for a baseball player, but if throw it wide and it costs the team the World Series, that player can get the yips and that player will never be able to throw the ball to first base ever again until him figure out his mental state. That happened to a famous baseball player in the 70s. And it happens a lot. I think Bailey have the yips.
Bailey is having a yips.
I think Bailey have the yips in a Jamaican jersey.
This is not the Caribbean Cup final nor CONCACAF Gold Cup final.
But he's already affected by it. Anytime he puts on a Jamaica shirt, we saw it the last game, the Guadeloupe game, the Guatemala game, the Gold Cup game. He just keeps dropping. That's a definite.
You know what? We need to do this. Both of us need to remind ourselves. Say it over and over. Guadeloupe, and not Guatemala. Guadeloupe, and not Guatemala. Guadeloupe, and not Guatemala. Yo, people, smash the like button, This is Guadeloupe versus the Reggae Boyz, and it's not Guatemala. Guatemala versus Panama later on. Well, I defer to you on that one, Junior.
No,
Whatever
but
I'm having now work. If you're gonna
there's
take a watch
something.
off on a mineral bar.
There's something there affected him because he just can't do right. Good. I Latibo there with a pass there.
Ball into
Good
the net.
ball, youth. Beat it.
And it's interesting to see how busy Atkinson carries himself in this ball game. You know, of course, he's had a wonderful season. You know, there are those that Cavalier, aka Rudolph Speed, and others who feels that Busy Atkinson is the best baller in the Caribbean. And I think I've heard him said that. Now it's time for
Many
Busy
times.
Atkinson to show us that he the best baller in the Caribbean.
Yep.
As Moko with a yo. And Amari Bell cut it out. Moko. Don't sleep on Moko. Well,
Pause.
Moko with an overlap.
And dash of the ball. But I think there's I
Who
think
called this game 2-2? I wouldn't say 2-2. I think whoever
BM.
predicted 2-2. This look like a draw ball game. You know?
Hey, boy, if this is a draw game, God go with Steve McClellan. There's nothing I could say to save the clear man.
Well,
Hey,
Junior, I'm sure you will find something.
because
you, you will you'll dig into your backward tricks and come up with a new
I would
explanation.
have got
As oh,
ah,
goal
watch out.
youth! Oh, watch out! Off the post, good try, youth. Very good, ambitious try. Very, very good.
Oh, Bailey, because somebody kicked with him left foot.
And as we're waiting to see if that's a penalty, well, go on.
No, not a penalty. It just drop. Bailey
Now,
with another shot off the post.
good try, youth. Very good try. That's
But
reach the goalkeeper. Very good try, youth. Very good try, Leon Bailey.
So he
Now,
has hit the post and now he has hit the upright. Hey,
now
go ahead. Big up
Leon Bailey
Michelle.
scored that, you know.
You
And
say
Warner Brown crashing in. Yeah,
you
that Jamaica and Warner Brown supposed to fast on this, you know.
hold on.
Need
But
some more flour, brother. You can't be
finish
them on there beat.
finish your thought because you, me, come on, BM, Chinny Chin Chin, me know the whole of it on the same, me feel Michelle on the same page as us, you know, because anyhow that did score, you know, man. You could have talked to Butler for about a month in the Benton.
No, of course. I mean, that's a good goal. Of course. I mean, it shows he's actually aware of what's going on. And that's Leon Bailey we want to see. We don't want to see Leon Bailey, Lacadius Calana, nonchalant palm on the ball field. This is a player who, fair to him, the Guatemala game, he was also quite competitive. In the World Cup qualifier game, but these probably the last three best games. Well, it's not three games yet. It's two and approaching a quarter or a third of one game, of the third game. So he's thinking and he's actually involved in the process.
Well,
That is good.
I'm going to be that guy. We'll say post up and post up and post. A long time we trading this at Phoenix. Long time watching them over this at Phoenix. Ray. Trust me. Yo, we get saved.
Yeah. Hey, no man, we want him score. Yo, as it pertains for Warner Brown, you know, very, very lively player. Yo, Mikel Antonio, go and go sit down in that stance. Come on. Go and go run that, brother. But Warner Brown probably, you know, this is something we spoke about in one of the earlier games. As he gets more minutes, he's gonna have to put some muscle on him. Gonna have to get a little bit more physical in this ball game. Might have to yam some more yam and dumpling. Because the clashes with centre backs are gonna get more and more intense. And this a brother I look like him can't really, you know, manage too tough. Don't build up enough muscles to derail the speed or affect the speed, but enough to be able to withstand the physicality. As Python going at Lambert Gisa, he's getting doubled. You mean Lamborghini, no boy can't go around you.
Yo, you know who is the missing man in this game though?
There's so many, Junior,
I
but
went last we said Gray.
well, he was out wide.
No, you know, alright. So this is my prediction, people. Cause I have said this before. Watching Demari Gray play as Guadeloupe with a deflected pass and Andre Blake comfortable. I have seen Demari Gray plays football in a Jamaica jersey in sun hat, and he stays in the shadows. Second half, the shadow of the stadium is going to move more closer to the field and cover more of the field. Watch out, Demari. Well, actually, right it no, because second half that going to be the right side of the field. No, Demari Gray have to come off of the field. He's not going to play the football, Benton.
Well,
Unless the shadow come over quick.
Junior, which baller you see? Which fancy baller you see? I'll go walk in the sun when shade up on the field. Star ball. You've watched enough Jamaican players, both home and abroad. When star baller play ball, them not walk in the sun. Them just find a shade and just hang out on them side.
Hey.
And this will happen.
You see, as Demari Gray tried to run down the left wing, I'm telling the man now come out of the shade, brother. And you're right, Benton, because, yo, the man stuck in the shade. I'm telling you guys right now, you're not going to see Demari Gray in. Is your Warner Brown look up to the sun a while ago? Demari Gray not going to do that. Demari Gray said, no, brother. No, I have a UV clause in my contract. As Demari Gray with a corner, beat the first man, at least into that, keep on pick it up. But I tell you, Demari Gray have a UV clause in his contract. He cannot be exposed to that much UV rays. Cannot do that.
Well, and a 90 minutes class too.
Well,
regardless of how I play.
Dog nyam him supper because second half, the shadow, he have to go up on the opposite side of the field.
Here comes Bailey cuts in cross. Ah, come on, Warner Brown.
Good ball, a good ball.
Leon Bailey is probably the best player on Jamaican field. On the field for Jamaica.
I agree. 100%.
30 minutes into the ball game, still. Yo, wait here. How about this brother reach over here, so? Peyton. Going at Bell now. Peyton cross. Cuts out by Richard King. Reggae Boyz trying to clear their lines. You definitely see that Guadeloupe can offer something offensively. The ultimate question is, will they score and can they keep the Reggae Boyz out? And probably no to both of those questions. Because not only Jamaica defensively is somewhat stout, but you have CONCACAF #1 goalkeeper. It's not anything I can beat them on that. Andre Blake.
Guatemala, I have a question for you.
Well, it's not Andre Blake's fault. If defenders them just expose them, why? CONCACAF #1 goalkeeper.
BM says Demari Gray moves slight and late. But hey, we'll take off Gray already. Worse with Bailey playing this good, you need balance. The field needs balance. I would have sub him. Dixon, come.
But if you sub him, that means that you're going to send Bailey on the left wing?
Watch a Lord of mercy. No, sir. Benton, 9-1.
Why, is my signal that bad or something? Wait about 9-1.
You soon say.
My signal is that bad. Well, we just said that Guatemala will get the opportunities, but I also said that they wouldn't score because they are the Jamaica CONCACAF #1 goalkeeper. But I was wrong. 1-0 to Guatemala. Man called Thierry Ambrose with the goal. I was about to say Thierry Henry, but I'm sure say not that Thierry. And Steve, watch out. Seal it up, man. With them. Hey, big up Guatemala. Guadeloupe, big up. Junior, give us a breakdown of that goal. Simple ball, and defender late to kind of cut out that pass. I mean, Kadu inside, no pressure to really kind of disrupt Kadu's pass, and Kadu was able to make the pass to Ambrose inside the 6 yard box around Jamaica goal there. Bring out your Steve McLaren coaching hat then. For me.
I don't know what the F happened.
Well,
Because,
be a little bit more meticulous in your analysis there.
all
Take
right,
a few minutes and digest.
so,
Bring out your board and see what going. Quick corner kicking out as the Reggae Boyz try to go. And the Reggae Boyz will score because they've hit the crossbar and hit the post. They will score.
but said 9-1. But my prediction is still solid. 9-1. But I'm still trying to understand. There's a rule in football. Call it offsides, right? What are the chances that Guadeloupe is able to make a pass from the wing to 3 yards off the goal line in the 6 yard box and it's not offside? What are our defenders doing? Like, as Warner Brown is down again.
Yeah, it seems like there's a pretty bad clash here between, and this is something we spoke about. This Guadeloupe team is quite physical. We did say at the jump, it's a very physical outfit. The man are coming like some man who are from country, so you have to prepare for some of these battles, and it will be a bruising contest.
El, and El Pistolero says he's putting the blame on Blake for that goal. And that's a question of ask because how can you get a pass 3-4 yards off the goal line and your defense is so disorganized? Why me have to see that replay again?
We're drawing out the board. Coach, walk us through that one. What should Blake did differently, or other players in the team? Big up, big up. What should they have done? Outline that for us, coach.
El Pistolero you're talking of.
Oh yes.
Because that's above my pay grade. Because I still
Yeah,
don't understand.
We don't know. So you're a fanboy, man. You're not coach, man. We don't know that already. You're president of fan club. Guadeloupe. But so sometimes this also me stipulate comes from intensity, how you play it against an opponent. You have to kind of, as the Reggae Boyz get behind. This is a must goal, yo. What kind of control this, brother? So that man just he never want to come out of the sun, Demari Gray. Never want to come out of the shade.
Yo, now watch
Reggae
some
Boyz
more.
has a corner kick. But there's joy to be had behind the Guadeloupe back line if you can get the ball over accurately and the man them can control it.
Yo, me now watch no more.
You said 9-1, are we? So, brother, yeah.
Yo, I get ready for watch I watch Boca Juniors versus Bayern Munich.
I don't care about that look at that foolish tournament, there, brother. A scammer tournament, that.
No, that
I
could have
miss
been
the
about the
scammer
tournament.
tournament, that, brother.
That means about the tournament, but I want to see if Boca Juniors will make Bayern Munich score 10 on them.
Throw into the Reggae Boyz. Football family, smash the like button. I am here with you all through the game. Regardless of what happened to Junior, we're going to go through this together. It's therapy session. We are fans of the Reggae Boyz. We celebrate the good, the bad, and the ugly.
I have a question though. Michelle. Because Michelle and Camon, they are our resident Chelsea fans, right, Benton?
They're on summer break, Junior.
Well, I want to know what go on with Nicholas Jackson. You see the red card today?
No, I am boycotting that league. I'm not watching a single minute
Well,
in that
I will tell you what happened. He came on and 4 minutes later stepping on my ankle.
What,
What the
what
hell?
time of the day was the game?
I saw that a vacation time of the day.
Yes, son, that ball game, that brother. Them man know and play ball game now themselves. Where was the game played? Cincinnati.
I don't even know where the hell the game played.
Throw into Guadeloupe. Guadeloupe leading the Reggae Boyz 1-0.
Oh, but
Eh,
let me see what because El Pistolero did say the problem with the goal was from the get-go, Blake should have been off the line for the long ball that was played behind. He should have helped out the left back. That's what I try to understand. I said, look at Guadeloupe keeper. He's coming off for every aerial ball.
Okay. Reggae Boyz trying to go down the left wing through Gray. Clean out by Moko. Moko.
Moko the man name. Ty said them need to kick Jamaica out of the competition. No. As a matter of fact, them don't need to play second half.
And the Reggae Boyz may have a. How the goalkeeper run clock already? And another Guadeloupe player is down. Look like he got hit there, dear family. Hopefully he's doing okay.
By his own teammate. What hit it on which head? That man
Well,
wicked,
he
man.
said Guadeloupe players holding a run clock. This is why they're going to lose this ball game. You can't.
Later,
38 minutes in, you score on one goal and you run clock already.
you said that about the Guatemala game. You said it was a 2-1 game and you were wrong.
I'm sticking to we're going to have the clock, even a bad clock, right at least once or twice a day, family. Reggae Boyz win this ball game 2-1. Cephas has not touched the field yet. Ooh, that's a sweet move in midfield by Kadu. Down this left side again. Good play from Pinnock. Finds Bell. Bell getting a bit of pressure from Payton, and Bell and Payton has been going at it. Very interesting matchup there. Junior, early in the ball game, Busy Atkinson doing Busy Atkinson. Have we seen him in this ball game? Look like a player kind of lost in this level of ball game.
I think he's playing out of position, personally.
Yeah, brother, your player, Alphonso Davis, was forced to play left back and made the best of it. If you're a baller, if you're the best baller in the Caribbean, forward can play some ball, brother.
Again.
N'Golo Kante was moved wide by Lampard in forward and play some ball.
Boop, 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 boop.
1-1. Reggae Boyz made it 1-1. By the way, why my internet so slow?
My internet slow to AI Sports me follow.
Okay.
So I don't see the goal yet. But we don't see a goal score.
Come on, Reggae Boyz will win this ball game. And then that's the long ball behind Warner Brown. Bailey. Very good, very well placed goal. Reggae Boyz won. Warner Brown with the assist. Warner Brown with another instrumental contribution, important contribution for the Reggae Boyz. Ian Bailey has been the best player on the field of the game, and surprisingly, Steve McLaren now reached at the sideline.
Yeah, come and tell some people about the clot. Hey, Steve McLaren. Hey, listen. I am the Steve McLaren whisperer, all right? Steve McLaren in the locker room. Lads, how do you say? Get your clot up and move right this way, man. You guys not playing with no intensity. They are not French.
And the fans, I'm going to say, how do we say we want a refund?
Let's send them to go KFC. What about check?
VAR check, referee. Yeah, man, a goal, man. I don't know what I'm feel look. There's no way Warner Brown offside that's all. If him offside, we're gonna beat him. He's not.
Boy, I'm closer now. He's close offside. He's close. He is close
Him
to
can't
offside.
offside that's all. If he's offside, he might have to run for 15 laps after the ball game.
It counts, but that was close. It's closer than we think. That was close.
I feel bad for the referee if you have wear full black in this side. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell him hot in a man.
Man say, okay. When I no cooling break.
Where
Wanna look trying to knock him around in midfield. And John Russell would have fouled there. Stafari, Latibody are a player.
And he's doing well. He's doing well. Even though he was late on the rotation for the goal. So
Who is doing well?
Latibodier is doing well.
Where have you seen him?
He's the one that made a couple intricate passes into the box earlier.
Okay, I thought it was Andre Blake with the long ball over.
No, well, Andre Blake long ball created the chances, yes. Well, Latibodier was the one that he's doing well. He made some.
Latibody make integral pass in the box. We have got to rewind the tape because our history.
Benton, I am the fanboy coach. I'm telling you what I saw.
We will have to rewind the tape on this one now. Free kick to Guadeloupe.
I tell you, busy at you know what busy Atkinson's problem? Demari Gray. If you take off Demari Gray and put on Cephas, Busy Atkinson have a better second half.
How is this? Busy Atkinson's job. What's Busy Atkinson responsible? What's his role?
It look like he's playing as the inverted left midfielder.
Okay, shot off target from Guadeloupe. Now I'm beat Andre Blake with that, brother. You have to get closer, like in the 6-yard box or in the 18.
As Jamaica now with 4 minutes of stoppage time. Jamaica in possession in their own half.
I must say Lamborghini have held up well. I mean, Payton seemed to be floating around on both wings. And, he had that slight go at Lamborghini and he then moved over to the other side. So he seems to be having more joy going at Amari Bell than he has had with against Lamborghini. So
yeah.
And in a team like this, such a player who is pivotal for them, you want to get him the matchups that are most advantageous for them. And so, okay, we're seeing the Warner Brown. Yep. See that good play by Warner Brown. Good play. It was a lot closer than I thought. The outside. Reggae Boyz. Cut out by Guadeloupe. Are you surprised? Is this game a bit too close? Are you a bit surprised? Are you at all surprised about the closeness of this game? If I somebody who picked 9.
No, because
now, granted, it could have been more because Leon Bailey hit the post and
right
the ball,
twice.
So,
yeah.
So I mean,
Guadeloupe have shown that they should be respected. Let me put it that way. They have shown that if you come out here and you don't play, you don't play up to a certain standard, them will bust your net, and they have proven that, right? So, with that being said, though, and I guess I'm being a fanatic. I guess I'm being a fanboy when I say this. Jamaica can feel like they are lucky to not be ahead. Guadeloupe can feel like if they stay focused and locked in, they will get their chances. So the game is kind of finely poised. Am I surprised by that? Not really. Got it.
I
Like we
thought
always say,
I
the ball
thought you
round.
would since you picked 9.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah, let's
that's the.
score 9. You want to get at least about a 3 in already.
But that will come down to will you take your chances, and have Jamaica taken their chances? No.
So is the post is I hold your back.
And see it there now. Seal it up, man. Bup, 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 bup. 7 more to go.
You see it there? So 2-1 Reggae Boyz with the lead. Another goal.
As
Seems
we're
like
about to see
this
it.
time I'm just seeing the goal now.
As Demari Grays on the left wing in the shadow. Leave his man for dead. Put it in the box. On a platter. John Russell. Second goal for Jamaica. And again, I have been asking since the Nigeria game, why is John Russell playing on the wing? He is the tallest man on the field. He is the Jamaican Harry Maguire.
What? I thought he's playing in the middle.
He is, but he always
Inside of midfield.
he's the
Alright,
one
yeah.
he's the one that inverts with Bailey. So he goes on the right and inverts with Bailey. Bailey cuts in. And that's why I'm saying Busy Atkinson not having a good game because Demari Gray is not inverting his runs.
Why is this okay?
It's
Halftime,
halftime.
Reggae Boyz. I had 2-1. So I mean, job done. Job done. I mean, well, not done yet, but and that's the thing with this football team. When pressed up against the wall, they will then respond, and we have seen it before. So let's see in the second half how they come out and kind of score some more goals on this team and separate from this Guadeloupe team.
So come on, said Judah might be right. 9-1. Might be right? Me?
There's
Might?
no way this team now Jamaica now score 9-1.
Hey,
But
if-
put down the clear liquid come on.
listen to me. If not Demari,
Cephas?
yeah, take off Demari Gray, not even Cephas. Take off Demari Gray and give Warner Brown a break and put on Antonio and Dixon. Jamaica score at least 6. At least 6.
Antonio, okay, come on. No, you just scratch your argument. A match fit, brother. Go and run some laps, Antonio. Go and pick some ball.
I know, as we're at halftime, that's something I would tell Antonio. Mikel Antonio, and we know around 2 players and not like when we say certain things. But if you are a member of the Antonio family or you are part of his entourage, please tell him this from Jamaica's #1 fanboy for the football team. He is no longer under 32 years old or under 30. How old is Antonio? He's no longer in his 20s. Right? Antonio used to love run from the wing and beat up people like him is Hulk and dribble the ball and shoot from 40, 50 yards out with him big foot them.
35 years old.
Yeah, all. So Antonio, play as a #9, brother. You came on against Guatemala the other day, and it's like you want to play left wing. Where you up on the left wing? Go up on the front line and stand up in between the 2 center backs. Put your back to goal, collect the ball, use your God-given strength, turn on the ball and shoot. You are no longer a spring chicken, brother. You can't run. Don't try it. Stop it. That is my pep talk for Mikel Antonio.
Yo, share the share this the stream, people. We are trying to get more people on the watch along for the 991 loading. So we are gonna have our vibes. A lot of clear liquid will be pouring, and we'll have our vibes in the second half. Cause yo, if Jamaica beat a side 9, this will be history.
But
It
I
will
tell
be
you.
history, right?
BM says 10 games, 3 goals for Russell representing Jamaica.
10 games, 3 games. Not bad. Not bad at all. Some men play 50 goals and score 50 games and score one.
Let's not be judgmental here.
Yo, I have to step away a little bit, family, but give me a minute.
Yeah, man, the problem as we know Benton I put a fire on the what you call it? On the Club World Cup. But what are your guys' take from the Club World Cup? As halftime 2-1 Jamaica. Talk about some other news in football. The Club World Cup, the big match today. Well, one of the big matches today. Chelsea was defeated 3-1. Do you care about the Club World Cup? And I'm not picking on Chelsea right now. I'm just talking about all football fans. Do you care about the Club World Cup? Because for me personally, I don't care. Now, I worse don't care because my team, Manchester United, is not involved. But this is just a glorified preseason for the European teams. The other teams, they are trying to show that they belong on the same field. So they are motivated and coming out with guns blazing, trying to show that they belong with the big money sides, right? But apart from that, it's just a glorified preseason. What do you think about that? Chin 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 said it's boring and should not be happening. Should not be happening is a strong statement still because I think it's good preseason. Chin said this is a Saudi-backed venture. They paid $1 billion to DAZN, to the DAZN. That's a network that is showing it. Michelle says, it seems like you're picking on Chelsea. No, actually, I'm not picking on Chelsea. And I asked Camon, because Camon is a Chelsea fan as well. And for me, in these games, I don't look at the score. I look at the injury. And that is my score. Ask Camon. I always say meaningless games. And what is the injury? Did anybody get injured? Anybody pick up a knock? So that's all me care about. But we'll see. Coming up at 10 o'clock, or actually coming up at 9 o'clock, Bayern Munich versus Boca Juniors. That's going to be a nice game. I'm actually looking forward to that game. Boca Juniors already lost the first game, but Bayern Munich, they love scoring goals in the preseason. And Boca Juniors is a proud side. So we're going to see how that goes. But the second, yeah, go ahead, Benton.
I think you're picking on Chelsea since they didn't sign Jadon Sancho.
No, I'm not busy about that.
Oh, come on. You wanted Chelsea to keep Jadon Sancho rather than send him back with the $5 million. So, Michelle, yes, you're right. He's picking on Chelsea. Next thing you know, he want Chelsea borrow Anthony.
No, actually, I want Ten Hag borrow Anthony. Hey, I don't think Ten Hag will last a season, you know.
Well, he's not getting. Well,
let's see what he does with that money. Let's see what Leverkusen does with that money. Because that is a tall order to replace. And your first order of business is you get rid of your big baller.
No, but it's what are the expectations for Bayer Leverkusen? There's a reason why they didn't win our Bundesliga in their existence, right? So they've won thanks to Xabi Alonso and company. So maybe they will return to just being Bayer Leverkusen with low expectations, make up number expectations, and keep it moving. And this is the guy that's that is probably the right person to build something more long term, as you know, just like he did at Ajax. So, um, I think he will last more than one season. I definitely think he will last a bit longer.
We'll see.
Um,
We'll see because I think the jury is going to be out on him early, and they're going to come with pitchforks. Now he's in a league where German Bundesliga is very competitive, but they are in the top echelon in Leverkusen, so he will have some latitude where he can have a bad coaching performance and the team will still figure out a way to win. But I don't know. I don't know. You getting rid of Verts. Not getting rid of, but I don't know, Benton. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see what he does with that money. But other news in football, America defeated Saudi Arabia 1-0. We kind of chronicled Pochettino's time at USA, and we have the passa going on with London Donovan and Pulisic and company. If things seem to be on the right track for America, is this spelling doom for CONCACAF teams? Well, even though them not well, not doom, them not in the qualifiers. But are we seeing Pochettino ball working, or is this just smoke and mirrors?
I mean, all right. So what for me, what is working? You know, it's par for the course regarding Pochettino. They will win football games. I thought the Saudi Arabian team, for a team that defeated Argentina in the World Cup, yeah, maybe Argentinian fans need to give back their World Cup trophy because you can't lose to a bug side like Saudi Arabia and talk about you win World Cup. Or maybe the Messi fans, but because I thought Saudi Arabia should have done a better job against a loss at sea US team. But credit to Pochettino, he's right in the ship. They needed that victory. I think the victory against maybe against a bug Soca Warriors, which probably has been the worst team in this tournament. The is that fair assessment? Soca
Yes,
Warriors has been the worst team in this tournament.
yes,
And Dwight York wanted big work. You're not ready, brother. You are not ready because this team is just bad. Like, how can Trinidad and Tobago be this bad? And also they are so I think for US the victory against Trinidad and Tobago, and then that gave them some confidence and kind of quiet the noise around the team, and that led them into this victory against Saudi Arabia. I think they're growing into the tournament. No, I expect them to push on from here and go straight to the semifinal, maybe the final.
right. Well,
Yeah,
all right.
but
So
I think Canada probably going to win this tournament when it's all. Jesse Marsh desperately could really, with his attitude and demeanor with this Canadian team, they could use that trophy kind of to tell the rest of CONCACAF and the U.S. men's national team so if we keep well.
yeah, there's definitely something to Jesse Marsh, to his demeanor. There's something to it. There's something to it, and we'll see. But back to the game that we're watching right now, Jamaica versus Guadeloupe, second half. Are there changes in mind? Let's start with Guadeloupe first. Or are they, from a Guadeloupe perspective, do you have to rig in some changes now, or you let it go as is and see what comes for the first 10,
Yeah,
15 minutes?
so before I say give my thoughts on the second half coming up, no, we had Trinidad's not the worst. Two worst teams in the tournament: Honduras and Trinidad, two bug sides. Yo, Carlos Pavan, Rambo, and all the man them from Honduras. Them need to the side they need to get chuck off. What a side bug! The
Swazo,
Honduras.
Swazo, not Swazo. What my boy
Yeah,
name?
yeah, Swazo.
Swazo,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Swazo from
Yeah,
Inter Milan.
yeah, man. Rambo and yeah, man. Honduras is a loss at sea, so they and Trinidad are the worst teams I've seen in this tournament. As for Guadeloupe coach. Yeah, them not have nothing for win ball game. They have nothing in terms of what it is they're trying to achieve. Some of these players are elder in this team, more experienced. Let's go for it, like Rene Simoes told the Reggae Boys against Argentina. Go for it and express yourself. Don't make no changes. Stop, drop off. Meet the Reggae Boys in the midfield because you want to see a more competitive ball game. And ultimately, can the Reggae Boys handle that level of physicality and level of competitiveness? Because these games are games that prepping the Reggae Boys for World Cup qualifiers. So you want to see those things. So that's what I would say to Coach Agloma.
Oh,
And Matthias
what would you say to Jamaica?
Payson, release the ball and get the other ballers them involved. As for the Reggae Boys, yo, come on, fix up. More goals, more goals, more goals. Time for Lego Cephas. Free up Cephas, make him have some joy too. Let him have some fun. 60 minutes in the ball game. And I would leave Warner Brown on the field. I would love to see a front three where Cephas on the left and Kaim Dixon on the right, Warner Brown down the middle. That speed and that tenacity should be able to kind of get some chance against this Guadeloupe team. And they will score. Warner Brown will score.
Yeah,
And when you score goals, you don't worry about midfield problems.
true. But I have to highlight too as well that we have to recognize as big up to all those who are watching right now. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't done so as yet, hit the subscribe button. We're only 25 people away from 500. Just 25, 26 more subscriptions from 500. We're trying to get to 500 by the start of the club season. But if I am Steve McLaren, I'm looking at the squad and say, look, it has nothing to do with formation. It has nothing to do with positioning. Just go out there and score. You're better than them. Just go score. Don't worry about how we play the ball. Just go score. Score and score often. As Jamaica is getting ready to kick off the second half. As Demari Gray already have him hand on him knee before the kickoff. In the sun hat. Can tell him now go last.
Are you still sticking to the 9-1 prediction? Or are you making an adjustment?
Oh yeah. I can see Jamaica opening the floodgates in the second half.
Okay. Guatemala in possession.
They are.
Ball with the Reggae Boys. Throwing to Guatemala. And we need this. Reggae Boys need this victory. Need this victory. You know, an emphatic victory would be first and foremost. You know, cause to build the vibes back in the camp after that Guatemala victory.
As Jamaica did make a substitution, Karoy Anderson is on. Who did Anderson replace though?
We'll tell you in a minute here on the lineup sheet.
Busy Atkinson.
Why? Cephas is also on.
So Cephas come on for Gray?
Cephas is on.
Or for Warner Brown?
Mark is off. And Corey Anderson is on. All right, so yo, hey, seal it up, man. And listen, you know.
That's what I tell you.
Difficult.
I tell you that.
I'll tell you what.
Well, for one, I did call it right. Demari Gray can't stand up in that sun hat.
Yellow card to Richard King. 47th minute. Reggae Boys leading Guadeloupe 2-1. People, please share it and smash the like button. Just send it, drop it in your WhatsApp group. We don't know Jamaicans and Caribbean folks have a whole heap of WhatsApp group. Just drop this, the link in the WhatsApp group and tell the people themselves. Jump on. Reggae Boys versus Guadeloupe, CONCACAF Gold Cup action. 2-1 goals from Leon Chippy Bailey, and John Russell. And goals from Thierry Henry for Guadeloupe. And goal from Thierry Ambrose for Guadeloupe, not goals. Game is on FS1 if you're in. And we didn't find out which part of the game there for the other rest of the Jamaican audience.
Same place I tell them last time.
Game is also on VIX, Fubu, enough places. If you're in Jamaica, Disney Plus, Premium Caribbean, and ESPN2 Caribbean, you can find the game. If you're in Guadeloupe, same two channels, Disney Plus, Premium Caribbean, and ESPN2 Caribbean.
Like Guadeloupe, they are listening to you, Benton, because they are meeting Jamaica halfway. And they are coming, they are running at them, so.
I mean, you know, I've done for lose. Might as well come play some ball. I mean, come on.
I want a bro with a silly yellow card.
Why drop off? Just come forward and play some football. I mean, at the end of the day, Guadeloupe will go home anyway. I mean,
Score the goal,
they will.
Score the goal, Hey,
I see Junior is not paying attention to AI score then.
no, CFAS, you know, sometimes CFAS,
Don't say it, Junior. Do not say it. Do not question this player football IQ. Do not say it.
no man, sometimes CFAS, I come on, say it first, you know. And I agree with come on.
Do not bring come on into this.
Come on.
Do not say it.
Come on was right. Because sometimes CFAS is on chopping this, man.
Do not. What exactly are you saying, Junior?
Hey, man, fool them.
Now add any music to go.
Relax. Bill. Let's not get carried away.
Man, that big baller added, man. Lamborghini, definitely a very, and one of the things that you don't really hear a lot about Lamborghini in this game. To me, that's a good game so far because he's not being, he's
Exposed.
not necessarily losing duels and he's doing his job,
Yeah, that being exploited.
Yeah.
But still can't believe the CFAS to shoot though.
Group C action, CONCACAF Gold Cup. All right, Warner, bro, we need a goal from you, brother. We need a goal from you, King. Throw into Guadeloupe. Well, not throwing. Guadeloupe is on the attack. Interesting examination for Corey Anderson here now in midfield. So we want to see how he goes about it. The times that we have seen him play, I thought that the player does have some potential. He needs to slow the ball game down mentally.
Yeah.
Seems like he's trying to go too fast before he makes the decisions. Ball youth! That's an idiot. A man is supposed to chip the ball outside us. I do. Peyton. BM did say 2-2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Reggae Boyz would want to score another goal to separate this thing out. CONCACAF. Oh, man, look, man, you're going back up. I want team, man. Yo, cameraman, then stop showing the brother. We don't need to see him every time we go up in our stance. As for Guadeloupe, they have their leading goal scorer, Mr. Plumen, on the bench. One of the all-time leading goal scorer for Guadeloupe team. Anderson in position for Reggae Boyz.
Jamaica making this too difficult. Surely, Guadeloupe's press is not that impressive.
One to Tioke. Where is he?
This is not his level, Benton. I think this is the second yellow card in the second half of Jamaica. And unfortunately, VAR cannot review. Yeah, because that should not be a yellow card.
We're Anderson getting around. I mean, he's a busy player. He definitely will get around, you know. Definitely will work. CONCACAF Gold Cup action, Group C action, Reggae Boyz, Jamaica versus Guadeloupe. Later on, Panama will take on Guatemala in the top of table clash. So Reggae Boyz, of course, needs to see out this victory and hope for. I wouldn't hope for lose next year. Them hope for Guatemala.
No, they don't care. Just win. Just
no,
win
them
the
hope
next
for
year.
Panama lose because them play Panama next.
No, you hope Panama win. Well, no, actually, you're right. Hope Panama lose. You hope Guatemala wins.
Yeah, because then you can beat Panama.
Well, if you beat Panama regardless, you're gone through.
Shot towards the goal.
It comes down to goal difference at that point.
Panama won the first game 5-2.
And that's why I want Jamaica to score more and more and more in this second half, because goal difference is going to come into play. Assuming you can even beat
There's Reggae Boyz trying to get through.
And BM said TOK suspended. Remember him push the cameraman at the end of the game.
Yeah, remember him. Yes.
Oh, in a
Then
business.
tell him to go on home.
I deport him. Assaulting.
Book him a spirit flight. Make him go on.
You have to mind him up on
No business class. I put him on spirit business class.
Spirit of business class?
Well, for him, they will make a seat. Ball into the box. Cut out by the goalkeeper. Still 2-1, Reggae Boyz leading CONCACAF Gold Cup action. Group A, Mexico leads that. Mexico and Costa Rica tied on 6 points. Dominican Republic and Suriname winless in the game. Junior, your thoughts on Costa Rica? This Costa Rican team, it's not our Paulo One Chop Costa Rican team. Trying to blood some younger players. Any thoughts on this team? And also this Mexican team. Still, you know.
There's a lot of question marks. I don't think there are any complete teams in CONCACAF right now. There are a lot of question marks. You highlight Costa Rica trying to blood players. Mexico trying to reinvent themselves while still staying the same way. is in kind of a weird statement to make, but Panama and Canada are the standard bearers right now in CONCACAF. They are as close to as a complete team as we will see right now in CONCACAF. All the other teams are still trying to figure themselves out. But for Costa Rica, though, I don't know. I don't know what it hinges on. There's some luck that will be needed, though. And I think Costa Rica and Jamaica is in a similar vein. There's still a similar set of uncertainty in my mind for Costa Rica. You know what
Good
you
play
think?
from Guadeloupe there, trying to get Moko flying down the right. We have some substitutions coming on for Guadeloupe. Are the sub them already make me slow?
Yeah, them already make. But the substitutes that are coming in are let's see the names here. Florian David replaces LeBron. So we're going to see what Davis offered for Jamaica. Why Benta, the BM 2-2 prediction kind of scary, you know.
Reggae Boyz will win this game. I mean, even if Guadeloupe score, and this is not Guatemala. This is Guadeloupe. Yeah, keep having to remind myself of that. Even if Guadeloupe equalize, Reggae Boyz will score. I mean, I think the Reggae Boyz sometimes they kind of just drop off and they kind of go back into a good cross youth.
I don't think Jamaica has dropped off. I think Guadeloupe has listened to what you said, and they are pressing Jamaica, and Jamaica's lack of a midfield presence is now showing in this last 14 minutes. Yeah. That's a scary part to me, is that the lack of a midfield presence, the lack of a midfield pressure release point, right? That is showing up right now. And there's nobody that seems to want to.
As a midfielder that you put on.
Yeah, but he already got a dumb yellow card. As fast as Cephas does his best pressure release impression. This 2-2 look dangerous. And the longer the game goes like this, Guadeloupe is going to score.
Reggae Boyz have on the bench Borrell, Davis Dixon, Lee, Antonio, Makala, Campbell, Waite, Williams, as in Romario Williams, and
Greg Leon.
This is Kyle Ming. Yeah, Greg Lee, yeah. And I want to say, I thought I heard something in the press conference that Bobby Reed was also called in.
Yeah, he returned to but it looked like him ended up on the side. Well, he did return to practice based on the press conference, so.
Still 2-1. Reggae Boyz leading Guadeloupe.
Jesus of his. Benton, the man have an IQ problem, Benton.
T-Fast with that. And there goes the T-Fast. I can hear some people say, "Oh, C-Fast." C-Fast with a breakaway, but broken up or over dribble. Guadeloupe back in position.
Dangerous dummy by Richard Key. Work out, but that was
World Cup
dangerous.
action continues for E.
Guadeloupe,
Canada.
Guatemala versus Panama.
Yeah.
Warner Brown want a sub.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really. I would love to see Reggae Boyz kind of cool it down a little bit, pass the ball a little bit more, manage the clock some.
Guadeloupe is actually outplaying Jamaica in the second half. Didn't see this coming. Like we lose Benton for a little bit. Benton soon forward back. But as like we've lost Benton, but BM said it right. BM said, "Yo, might as well they keep on gray, cause Lord Cephas, and that's a true statement. And BM to be fair, no, come on, call it out. To be fair, to come on, call it out after the last game. Like Cephas does some things well, but there are moments where you look at Cephas and you have to ask yourself, what was he thinking? But still 2-1 Jamaica. Job not done. Would love to get a third goal though. Really would love to get a third goal. Let's see Benton fouled back. Not yet. But still 2-1, 65th minute. Guadeloupe has definitely outplayed Jamaica than in the second half. I would say they have outplayed us. They just haven't created that telling last chance as yet. But Bailey in the box asking for a penalty, and referee is not interested. The defender did leave a trailing leg. And here's Cephas again. All right, so Cephas is now becoming a little bit predictable. He's not having a bad game. It's just that there's some predictability to the way he decides to attack down the left wing. And he was easily ushered out for a goal kick. As the game has now kind of petered out. So let me know, people, what are changes that you would want to see, if any? I don't think Jamaica need to make any more substitutions per se, but maybe the approach need to change. because we're definitely getting overrun in the midfield. The midfield doesn't even exist at this current moment for Jamaica. And Guadeloupe has seemed to caught on to the fact that Jamaica has no interest of playing the ball through the middle. So they're just sitting back on the wings. A good combination play here by Guadeloupe. But it definitely looked like it was caught offside, as David was caught offside. Good combination play, but I'm going to let him back Benton.
What is alive without technological issues? So
at least one. We understand. We understand your remotes. Everything good. But still 2-1 Jamaica was asking what changes. Do you think Jamaica need to make any more substitutions, or is it a tactical change needed? As we have another head-to-head collision. Why wanna brother get so licking at that game, man?
Yeah, it's a physical ball game for Warner. Yeah, at some point you're gonna have to make looking at the players that are available to Steve McLaren. It's where do you go? I mean, I'm nice to see Kaim Dixon get some minutes in this football game. It's nice to see Kaim Dixon get some minutes in this football game. The Reggae Boyz could use an additional third goal, or the other 7 goals that you predicted. So, but for some level of comfort, they need at least another goal.
Yes.
70th minute.
Jamaica need a third
protocol. Them check on CFAS, on Warner Brown.
Yep.
Steve McLaren looking a bit pensive there, pacing in the technical era.
As he should, because this cannot be a comfortable scoreline. This is a game that you have to win. This is a must-win game, and it is finely poised. You're not in any form of control of the game. Guadeloupe constantly getting down the flanks. Eventually, they're going to get a ball in the box and score now. Jamaica need a third goal. I'll be shocked if 2 goals from Jamaica win this game.
I would have just throw himself down like a fish. Leave that thing there in England, brother. Don't come around here with that.
It worked, though.
Oh, Junior. What that?
Yo, son, hot enough.
Come around, the height of fishery.
Well done, Bell.
Corey Anderson in the right place at the right time there too. And he's offering himself as an option.
And that positioning by Corey Anderson is kind of what Jamaica was missing from a 6. Because even the goal that scored, if he was there, if he was on the field, probably he would have taken up that space. He would have read that pass.
Leon Bailey breaking out the tricks. And John Russell's also trying to break out tricks.
And that you call it?
Speaking of teams, and we were discussing before I got disconnected about some of the teams in the CONCACAF World Cup. Your thoughts on Haiti? in this tournament. I'm a bit shocked at
Other
the
than
level of play
disappointing,
from Haiti in this tournament.
disappointing.
Yeah,
As
it's a bit.
Corey Anderson with it, already had a yellow card coming with a late tackle. Soon answer you hate the question, but this could be a second yellow.
Well, I mean, there's the Guadeloupe players definitely think it is. Let's see if VAR. Kadu is very,
But
very, very upset.
Because he wants the red card, but VAR would only look for a red card though, right?
Or is it Baron? Baron, yeah. As Guadeloupe prepares another sub. Yo, Guadeloupe man and say, yo, we kick some ball off a ball game. We are go dance a keep looking more. We are going to fight some jerk chicken. We are going to Jamaica club and we are going to enjoy ourselves with the Reggae Boyz. Big up to the Jamaican fans holding up the flag proud. Man, they might show the referee the damage at the man foot. Could have been a yellow cardable offense there, Mr. Corey Anderson. And that's the thing with Corey is like, you know, well, I guess he plays a six, so he's yo, some boy have to go feel pain around here and get touch up. Not when you're on a yellow card though, Junior.
And the yellow card, the first yellow card was so stupid.
As the scammer respond to Jamaican subs, the man them now warm up. The man them just what go on there, so what go on Peter on his bench? I will talk to. And Peter I go like he want to bat up somebody. He want to bat up Anglo, man.
I go like if the song go one tea party afterwards or something, man.
What go on over here, so.
BM says this tournament will definitely tough up Warner Brown. Meanwhile, Mikel Antonio warming up. He also says Cara Anderson is very lucky. Yeah, it's very, very lucky. That was a late tackle.
Any thoughts on the Mikel Antonio contract situation? His contract ends in June 30th today. Well, 10 days from now. Word is that I think according to Talk Sports, over there in England, West Ham offered him kind of an incentive-laden contract. He rejected that, and he wants some more. And I guess they might be trying to negotiate something more long-term, something more guaranteed rather than incentive-laden. Any thoughts on the whole contract situation?
He's dumb
I
for
think
not taking
Simon
that
Johnson
contract.
or one of those guys on Sky's Talk Sports was saying that he's been a great servant, a great part of the club, but at the end of the day, they run a business.
Which should be the sentiment that we all understand. So it's kind of crazy that he did not take the contract. It's kind of crazy to me.
Well, I mean, I think Leon Bailey now gets a yellow card. I think at the end of the day, I mean, if you think that he adds value to your team, give him a contract that is more guaranteed. I wouldn't give him, maybe make it a bit shorter. Probably a 1-year contract, as Steve McLaren is rubbing his eyebrow. Sealed top man look a bit stressed as we have a free kick here to Guadeloupe. 77th minute.
The thing with Antonio is if you think you're healthy and can play and meet those stipulations, then take it. Right?
Yeah.
Why would you not take that contract if you know there's no question about your health?
They're telling Bailey to come off the field because he has blood on his shin. He's saying there's no. What really are going on, sir?
I, you have a scraped knee. Is basketball this?
Well, they do very adamant about it. You don't know body fluids. If there's body fluids involved, you know.
In
But
football?
I need to see if no man no want no man fluid pan them in a bread. Well, I guess the man say, yo, you
Well,
sweat
that's
up
all
on
that.
them on them all the time.
Exactly. Just that sort of way.
Yes. So what's going on with Bailey? If there's something there, shouldn't the physio be over quickly to deal with it? Well, go on. No, he's walking towards the
The
dugout.
physio probably I wonder what one. As Jamaica is forced to play with 10 men.
What
I
really
tell
are
you,
going on,
Guadeloupe,
sir?
hey, BM 2-2 might be right, you know, man.
What really? So if he has something on his knee, why didn't the physio come over quickly to take care of it? Physio got a bathroom? As Guadeloupe talk reggae boy. Salad! And baggy boss.
Dead.
Come on, we need to see the replay of the one there. Take salad and then you.
Yo, and dead, you know. Kill him dead. Cha. See, Jamaica they just can't get out of pressure.
So the clearance is just not to anybody in particular. It's just a kick out. All right.
Right. Because you don't have any
Bailey is back on the
midfielder.
field.
You don't have no midfielder that wants to
Hey, look
command the
on
ball.
fast car. See fast. Play him through. Play. Yo, it's fast like 10. 10. Yo, hey. Hey, see fast like 10.
But then him stop
the
run.
Mexican.
That's for score,
but-
man.
He didn't get it released early, I guess.
That's a score.
Camera, Mr. Video Man, show the salad again. So we need to see the salad again.
Nah, sure that. Let me see if Bayern Munich score yet.
Wait, a salad again? What is?
Guadeloupe make another substitution.
By the way, is it me or a lot of these Guadeloupe players have white band pan and wrist? And some of them have hand sprain. And what them are the right hand sprain?
Why, you see, sometimes we as humans ask some questions that we as humans should not want the answer to, so.
No, but it's strange to me. Like, it's unusual. How many of them when you have, what is that? Oh, this is when you have two. Okay, Ambrose has two wrists. Okay, maybe I him missing. That's about two.
No, but none of them have white.
You know who started this thing? Man, look, man, they run club over Saudi Arabia. And here comes another wrist brother. The sub have him entire arm. Go on.
So they
on.
Blake injured. Hurricane score already. 1-0.
Oh dear.
King Harry.
Oh, you like a European idiot league, no, brother. Football family, those of you who are boycotting FIFA Club World Cup, put some lighter in the ear. Put some light, drop some fire in that chat. We are boycott FIFA Club World Cup. Put some fire, drop some fire in that chat. Judas, like, you're out on an island by yourself. I'm going to go over and chat, go drop some fire myself.
Because, you going to light a fire I will watch it this crap right now. Watch it. Cheers on pim.
Yeah, but FIFA Club World Cup are foolishness, man.
But can't believe
And my
Jamaica just
issue,
scored no more.
eh?
Yo, this 2-2 draw look possibly though.
Reggae Boyz winning this game 2-1. It's not going 2-2. Just like I said in the Guatemala game.
We all know how that
Of course,
worked out.
of course, it materialized, but I'm feeling lucky today.
Well
You know,
done,
big up all
Karai
the people them
Anderson.
on the
Well
road
done.
there. Chat safely, you know, when you're enjoying yourself. Just be careful. Summertime outside, just enjoying yourself. And
Yep. Apart from the bonehead tackles, Anderson doing well, you know. I like his pressure release.
yeah, but he also gives a level of energy. I mean, he gives that, all right. He gives a level of energy, and he also positionally knows where to be.
Exactly.
And he will pass the ball.
Exactly.
So you get the reckless tackles from the low, but you don't get any of the other things.
True.
And a role of a good 6 is not only for break up player, but also to be able to connect the rest of it. Yo, kind of idiot. Goal youth. And Anderson with a shot cut out. And he does have a shot. So, like I was saying, the role of a good 6 is to be able to connect the player and be able to not just make the tackles. So why Corey Anderson can't start a ball game?
Very good question. Very good question. And I don't want. Watch out. Antonio's drop on him, but it just for no reason. I
Man,
don't
not
want
that
to look
shape, man.
ahead. I don't want to look ahead as that this quickly because Jamaica still need to finish the business right now. But the Panama game, interesting, very interesting starting lineup. I'm very interested to see what that starting lineup is.
You know, credit to Latipo there. He's doing his job. He's doing his job. Credit to him.
Well, second half because he has been non-existent, right? I'm going to put a demerit for him because
Time now on for Leon Bailey.
yeah, but Latipo there should have been there with Korai Anderson to provide that pressure release that Jamaica has been looking for.
So Leon, so Kyle Dixon sub is just a 80-yard minute ball game. Sub. It's not the same as who's this? Is it Python try to bro? Isn't the same sub the time he subbed on against in the World Cup qualifier against Vinci Heat?
Yeah, it is. And
But
the two games, yeah, it is.
I think that sub was for Demari Gray though.
The Murray Gray, yeah.
Reggae Boyz still leading 2-1 goals from Leon Bailey and John Russell. Goal scorer for Guadeloupe, Thierry Ambrose. Reggae Boyz will secure the 3 points if the result hold and will watch and see later on in the other Group C action between Panama and Guatemala. That should be an interesting football game. Should be an
And Jamaica
interesting.
shouldn't care. We shouldn't care what the result. Just go and beat Panama, which is easier said than done. But Steve McLaren has his work cut out for him for this Panama game. But we have to take care of business first as Guadeloupe probing again. But Benton, what we've seen
Yes.
from this Guadeloupe team, assuming that they play the rights of the game, Guatemala beating them is not a sure thing either, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, fair enough. I don't think Guadeloupe historically in this tournament has not been necessarily an easy easy, easy opponent, especially for the first two games. So when they get to the third game, then probably say they had enough. I think last tournament, I recall they pushed Canada to the limit, and the game ended what 2-2 with them and Canada. It was a very very good football game, if I'm not mistaken. So they're known to be a very competitive outfit in this tournament, but as you get later on in the tournament, so that is probably something that Guatemala can bank on. There's nothing else to play for, so they're ready for go man yard.
Yeah.
Score a goal, youth. One thing John Russell does offer you that extra rush to score a goal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a unique trait, coming out of midfield.
And Antonio did well. He did well on that.
89th minute of play. Reggae Boyz lead Guadeloupe, not Guatemala, Guadeloupe. 2-1. Guadeloupe eliminated with a loss. Guatemala win or draw versus Panama. And Guadeloupe will be eliminated. Jamaica remaining group stage match, of course, on the 24th
Tuesday, right?
against Panama. Definitely we lock and loaded for that one there. BallChat up and run as Guadeloupe breaks away. Definitely Reggae Boyz getting in the block.
Antonio rustiness is showing though. He is getting his quality is showing in terms of his experience and ability, but then on the ball you can tell that he is I don't want to say not match fit because then the Boza fans are going to come at me. But you know what I mean.
Just call it what it is. The man is not match fit. Him salad a brother. I don't know how this brother make him man salad him.
Lord of
And then him
mercy.
just move the ball.
How Guadeloupe no score yet?
Because it's Guadeloupe.
How them no score? They have been pressing Jamaica.
Oh my word. You would save there by Andre Blake, but that's a score.
8 minutes
8
of
minutes
stoppage
of added time.
Well,
Andre Blake is
like you said, Benton,
my part to
best goalkeeper in CONCACAF.
Yeah, but it come like the ball just ricochet off of the brother. He not know nothing, but maybe came at him too hard. Very
That's a
good save by Blake.
huge save. Guadeloupe well score, man. A 2-2 game this. BM with him goat
Yeah,
mouth
man.
self.
So 2-1. 2-1 Reggae Boyz are win this.
Would be nice if Jamaica get a third one. Lord of mercy. Let me ask Gwen. How Guadeloupe the score?
Guadeloupe throwing the kitchen sink of the Reggae Boyz. Missing chances late in the football game. Reggae Boyz hanging on for dear life here.
Latty body your boss, you know.
Yeah, man,
Latty body your
man.
boss.
Back for life as the game. And so this is something like as you have to speed up the game.
And I told you, Benton.
It's 2-2.
Yeah,
Guadeloupe scored.
told you.
And Junior called it, and BM called it.
Wait. The referee. What the referee called? Wait.
Let's see what the referee.
He called foul? He called a foul.
But AI Sport is saying goal here.
Let him call a foul.
Let's see. VAR review in progress according to AI Sport.
No, number 11 was offside, but no, that scored. That's a goal. Number 11 was offside, not the guy that scored.
And that's his Guadeloupe all-time goal scorer, Pluman, who got the yellow card. As Jamaica's number one goalkeeper decided to get a drink of water.
The goal was coming.
Yeah, that's a score, man. You know, where I say, where are you? Are you listening to Dr. Joe Mack, the VAR rules analyst for Fox? What people am I saying I chat? Goal score, cause my signal slow enough.
Cabot
Or
said
not score.
offside, but
Because AI Sport,
goal
yes,
cancelled.
goal cancel off. AI Sport
Why?
now.
Woo!
AI Sport.
Woo! So, how is it?
Must be a push.
Oh, the
It must
push,
be
the push. Yeah, push. Yeah. Okay.
Must be the push.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Must be the push.
Clear.
And he didn't need to push him. Just jump and compete for the ball. So wait, so now yellow card, I get over to Angloma and the Guadeloupe bench. Angloma say, when are you going to do to me? And what? Yo, hey, Guadeloupe man, them just say, we just there upon vacation, brother. What we are play for? We now go World Cup. This tournament that just... This is just a nice because summer trip for we. We're gonna check with people them when we come America. Carry back a big screen TV, go back on the island.
Why am I not lie though? Squeaky bum time.
Blow it out, referee. Blow it off. Yo, man, the man that mash up John Russell, you know. And as we said at the beginning of this Watchalong, it's a physical football team, and you can't come play Guadeloupe and not really firm and set, cause they will. And also these teams when they play the Reggae Boyz and these Caribbean teams, they want to take off them stripe, you know, cause you don't know Jamaicans. They say we are the big dog and we have achieved so much in the region, but the man they want to pop off a stripe and then play with, you know?
Yeah.
Yo, people, smash the like button. Tell a friend about the show. We have some, you know, let's get some new listeners. Let's get some new viewers. Let's get some new subscribers. Yeah. Yo, Andre Blake said, run clock time. Blow it off, Mr. Ref. 2-1.
Blow it off, Ref. Blow it off.
Let's get the weekend started. You can't go in a Panama game and have nothing to play for. You're Jamaica. Come on. So, wait, what is? Where Andre Blake go? Oh, this is the new rule?
Yeah.
No, is it ball go out for a corner? Wait, are the new rule this? Where if him hold the ball longer than 10 seconds and give a corner?
Give a corner, yeah.
And because I saw him putting up his fingers saying that when him hold it for 6 seconds or whatever. Is it 6 seconds?
But I don't know, you know. First time I see that rule enacted.
Yeah, them implement a new rule that if you try run clock, they must say you corner now.
Remember when I was...
Come on, talk to it. Yo, goal youth. Check Cephas. Check. Come on. Yo.
Cephas is a klutz. Cephas is a klutz,
All right.
brother.
Yeah, blow it off, referee. Blow it off. We're done. We had enough. A Benny Hill ball game, this brother. Come on, blow it off.
Yo, me don't want to hear nobody say Cephas to get game over this and over that. Ray. I don't want to hear nothing about that again. It's over.
He
Cephas at his
overran the ball.
moment. Overran the ball. Just pass the ball to Antonio.
Well, the ball did go to Antonio eventually, Junior.
Yo, come on, Benton. You know what I mean. Just cross the ball to Antonio.
Yo, Mr. Plume, man, I look at penalty. Watch out. Blow it off, referee. Not 8 minutes. I go over to AI Sport and see if the ball game done. Oh no, it's the goal kick to.
Lord of mercy.
Boy, hey yo, Guadeloupe, no stop come. Steve McLaren, no stop drink water like a pep. Shot and target from Guadeloupe. Another attack.
Hey, AI score will give you a heart failure, brother.
Yeah, okay. I keep. What is? How things have moved so fast? Shot off target.
Yo, oh, watch it! Oh, Guadeloupe will score! Oh, the bottom will score!
What kind of foolishness this, brother? Yo, what kind of ball game this? We can go over here.
Yo, oh, the bottom will score!
Man, them highly bad. Andre Blake with a very good kick save. And Steve McLaren is pissed off, cross, angry, miserable.
Yo!
If you did put 2-2 pana better, you probably just be so angry for just lose your money. And it's all over. 2-1. Reggae Boyz. Woo, child. Junior, I think we age a little bit after the one day.
Yo, but not after this, you know, my God. People!
Yeah, but see people them comments quickly before we go enjoy a weekend. People enjoy a weekend, you know.
LP Solera, big up to Lloyd. Lloyd Fang saying it's 8 seconds. 8-second rule.
8 seconds. Respect, family. Thank
Yo,
you.
2-1 the game finish. Jamaica have a lot of work to do. And we need a midfielder. Let's just start it there. Jamaica need a midfielder. I don't really care about the Panama game now. I've seen enough over the last 2 games. I'm going to come here on Tuesday and sit down and just enjoy the football game. I am not going to sit here with no expectation of beating Panama. I'm going to say it because I'm a Jamaican. Yes, I want to beat Panama, and I'm going to hope to beat Panama. But I have to have common sense, Benton. And this Jamaica team is disjointed. So,
So with big up Lloyd for the 8 seconds correction. Yes. So the new rule, of course, if a goalkeeper going forward hold the ball longer than 8 seconds, they will offer a corner kick instead of But as for the game, positives first, job done. They needed the 3 points and they got the 3 points. So I'm gonna look at it from that perspective. Leon Bailey, probably ball of the match for me. I thought he was the best player on the field for the team. Hit the post, hit the crossbar, best game for Leon Bailey. And that's what, 3 games on the trot. If my memory serves me well, that he's done quite well for this team. So when he plays well, that means the team plays better. We see fast. We'll see. Corey Anderson also, big up yourself. I thought he showed some potential in that much much needed six roll. Desperately needed six roll.
Yeah.
It's a little bit rough around the edge, a little bit raw, needs some polishing. But I think with proper mentorship, proper guidance, he can play that six role. And he offers a little bit or a lot more than a non-in-low.
Yeah.
3 points. That's the job. Big up to Guadeloupe, but at that for reach, and wait till last we start play ball. Go on in the yard.
Um,
Guadeloupe is officially eliminated.
Michelle says we just needed the win. Ty Gill said keep Blake and Lambagisa and get rid of all of them. Jamaica Giant Jamaica Giant Rabbit says lucky win. Coach must resign now. BM says Jamaica not ready yet. Coach must resign now. That's a strong statement. Big up to Jamaica Giant Rabbits. Remember to hit the subscribe button. Please. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. It's free, people. Hit the subscribe button. That's a big statement, though. Coach must resign now. We will see. I can surmise, though, that if we don't get a favorable result against Panama, Steve McLaren will be on the public opinion hot seat. I'll put it that way. Public opinion hot seat. I don't think he's at risk of losing the job, but he's at risk of losing the confidence of Jamaican people. Coming off the Nigeria game, beating Trinidad, drawing with Nigeria, beating Guatemala at home, coming into the Gold Cup, I was hoping that we would have beaten Guatemala, come right here, so beat Guadeloupe, make it to the second round, just from the just from the standpoint of this fan support for Jamaica locally that's going to be needed for the World Cup qualifiers. But this Gold Cup performance kind of just raised more questions than answers. And the only thing we can do is, coming from we as Jamaica's football team and coaches' perspective, the only thing that they can do right now is just win the next game, and all will be well. But I don't think this game leaves us with much confidence. I don't have much confidence in this squad. Ty Gill says the coach is not the problem. BM says Jamaica not ready yet. I don't think the coach is a problem. I think the squad is kind of imbalanced. I think there's a definite imbalance in the squad. It's top heavy and defender heavy, but we're lacking midfield. What do you think about that, Benton?
I always lay the blame first and foremost at the coaches.
Fair enough.
See, doesn't matter what level you play at. Ultimately, Ty is a coach. Ty coach football. Ty knows that the team, his team, reflects his tenacity, his personality. This Reggae Boyz team reflects Steve McLaren. The excuses must go. We are Reggae Boyz fans first and foremost. We've been in the trenches. We know how it go. We know why we support the team, but we know why supporting Reggae Boyz football is not for the faint of heart.
Right.
And with that being said, coming to this Gold Cup, I didn't know what to expect, part and parcel, because a lot of the focus of this federation and the organization and the coaching staff is on the World Cup, and that can be good and it also can be bad. And the bad part of it is that if you only focus on, if you put your egg, Granny used to say, if you put your egg all in one basket kick over, then all of your eggs gone. This tournament should, every game, what I would love to hear and see from Steve McLaren and this football team, or any team for that matter that I support, whether it's Reno, Big Star, or West, we take each game with the passion and the tenacity to win football games. And if we lose, fine. What I've seen from this Reggae Boyz team under Steve McLaren and under Hamir Hal Grimson is that they play down to their competition, and they drop off their intensity, they drop their attitude, And when they're box against the wall, then they will try to step up. And sometimes you can't just flip and switch all the time. You have play ball, and this is why building depth and healthy competition is important. Because for baller, no one play in our sun today, and him like I moonlight in our shade, come rub bench, I make the next man up. And so, but this for me personally, the job was accomplished. The job was accomplished. Win the ball game, and now we'll move on to the Panama game. I'll be shocked if the Reggae Boys beat Panama coming into this tournament. I would still even be shocked if the Reggae Boys meet Panama after seeing them in 2 games. Panama has traditionally beaten Jamaica and has played them pound for pound, match up very well against the Reggae Boys because it's a team where them is a they tend to carry a lot of tenacity when they play Jamaica. I don't know if the Panama Canal and all Jamaicans are migrate down there. So but it should be a good game though. It should be from the vantage point from the Jamaica perspective. You play in one of the big dogs in CONCACAF. How do you match that intensity, that competitiveness, and can you match for 90 minutes, however long this ball game goes?
True. All right.
Because you're
So
gonna need a level of intensity when you go to World Cup qualifier.
right. And so let me serious face now, serious conversation. And I'm gonna forward now with a tactical conversation. Earlier, I said I wanted Jamaica to win 9-0. My prediction was 9-0. That was more want than common sense, right? Now, I'm going to attempt to change my persona or my rhetoric and let's have a real football conversation. Like what Benton said earlier about BallChat, have a reputation. I would have really want to look like the fufu show, right? So, with that being said, what Jamaica has showed me is that, like, so better. Yes, for me, you phrase it as they play down to their competition. That could be one way of interpreting it. But I'm going to interpret it a little bit different. This Jamaica team, regardless of who coached them, they don't know how to break down a side. They don't know how to dominate a team and say, yo, we are better than you. We're going to play a game. We're going to put 15 passes together, get a shot off. We're going to play with a set identity. They don't do that. This Jamaica team, flat out, is not built that way. The players don't play that way. They don't have that ability. With that being said, looking at the glass half full, the Panama game might end up being Jamaica's best game of the group. And I'm being 100% honest and serious right now in my assessment. The reason being, Panama is not going to sit back. That's not their style of play. If they come out and play the way that Panama normally plays, they are going to run at Jamaica. That's going to give Jamaica space in the back. And that's going to give Jamaica opportunity to use their speed to their advantage. Now it all hinges on what happened with the Guatemala game for Guatemala and Panama. If Panama beats Guatemala, then they will know all they need is a draw to go through to the next round. So their approach might be a little bit different. And then, if that is the case, then Jamaica going to struggle to beat them. And it's not going to be about playing down to their competition. I think it's going to be more of, they don't know how to break a team down. They don't know, we have yet to show the ability to keep the ball in the opponent half and put 5-6 passes together before taking a shot. It is 1-2 long pass, cross, shoot. That's all it is. We have no intention of holding the ball for a period of time in the opponent half. And I think that is what shows up in every game. That's what showed up today. That's what showed up against Guatemala the last game. It kind of showed up in the first game. The only difference is Warner Brown took his chances. And Guatemala didn't. And Guatemala played a younger team. So I am cautiously optimistic that Tuesday we're going to enjoy the football game. I don't think Jamaica can beat Panama, but I think we're going to look our best against Panama.
Reggae Boys, I mean, it's long ball FC. I think Cameroon, that was the phrase Cameroon used many moons ago.
Yeah.
And maybe part and parcel of it, I mean, to expect them to knock ball a certain way is probably a little bit too much of a ask, in my opinion, maybe, because at the end of the day, with national team, we don't know how we go. The limitations, the ability to hustle teams together, get camps, and try to make these respective connections. Because when you're playing passing ball game, everybody needs to be on the same page, and if it's in unison. And Jamaican team, I don't think will achieve that. That's more systematically implementing something from the ground up. Um, you make the best sort of utilize. I think you utilize the players the best you can and optimize the outfit the best you can to get the results with this sort of approach with the players you have at your I will give Steve McLaren that's at your disposal. I will give him credit. Again, I think Corey Anderson does offer something in that midfield. And I would have loved to see Corey Anderson probably played more minutes or played in the Unity Cup. Because if he's something, then that you can help to build around. Isaac Hayden is your starter. Those friendly games, you want to get the backup as much minutes so that you can blood the backup because you know that with World Cup qualifiers, it's a war of attrition. And when you're going to Kokon, I go play a man and play games, and things can turn on a dime because of environmental conditions. So that depth is an essential part of it. So, but as for this game against Panama, like him coming up on Tuesday or next week, I think it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Like you said, okay, yeah, thanks. Like you said, it all hinges on what happens in this game against Guatemala. If Panama run out and beat the brakes off Guatemala, then Thomas Christiansen probably call off the dogs and say, yo, let's just go play the second string and we go far. Because I think for Panama, this tournament is twofold for them. Not only are they fine-tuning this group for what they believe is a guaranteed World Cup spot based on recent performances, but also I think this Panama team is yearning for a trophy. Is really yearning for a trophy, and they've been close a few times, and they are probably saying to themselves, if not no. Thomas Christiansen and this group is saying, if not no, when? And so, with the form of the other teams in CONCACAF, the so-called big boys, you know, maybe this is the time for them. So I think that game Tuesday, we're going to sit back and watch the game against Guatemala now because I expect them to beat Guatemala. Because Guatemala is Guatemala. It's me a deal. Oscar Santos can do whatever I want, but Panama is Panama. The Los Calaneros is still a bigger side. And as for the Reggae Boys, I don't want to get too in depth in the analysis and try to read anything too much about the midfield. The midfield is a problem. The team has issues. But even when one of the old adage in football is even when you're struggling and you're not able to play the way you love, you still come out and find a victory and W. Because at the bottom line, the end of the day, this is a win-loss sort of thing. And they won the game, and that's all I want to take from it. Now, others probably said the coach will go on. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Others say probably, the opposite. But the win, the important thing was the win. After what happened against Guatemala, you would have loved to have the win a more easier way, but you get the point, the 3 points nonetheless.
Yeah. And I just says Jamaica, Trinidad, and Haiti are the slowest teams in Gold Cup. None of the above plays cerebral football. Big statement. Honduras
And
might have
we
a
should,
question to ask.
and wish, that's a very deep one. And, not only Why? We're not going to say nothing about Cephas. I will leave Cephas alone.
No man, Cephas.
BM, I want you to take Cephas to summer class. And then after this. God, we need him to get a contract in a big league, and we need him if we go through some mentoring in the summer period, right? I know for sharpen up some part in game. But
Because
you know,
Cephas could have easily make them all regret, have a break and go to pasture. Come on, man.
Reggae Boyz 2-1. You see how we are striving perfect. This is the passion. We are trying for better, and we'll take the win. We'll take the win. Big up to Jocelyn Angloma's Guadeloupe team. They fought. They made the game competitive, but
They
we'll
should
take
have
the win,
scored.
family. We take it. We take it. We take it.
They should have scored a second goal at least.
Yes, we will definitely take it, but thankfully they didn't.
Hey, BM says
BM
I'm
says
no.
BM says I'm no longer CFAS agent. I resigned. Yeah, man. Yeah,
No, but
man.
it needs some work, man. I don't know.
Let me ask you this though: and we know so we have to push because we're enjoy we look at flex and watch the game. But my thing is this: curiosity with things on the line. Do you think there's a component, a bit of nerves with this game with the Reggae Boyz,
No,
knowing that they had to win the game?
no,
No. Okay.
no. But there is. I don't, well, nerves. Nerves is not.
Our fear.
I think there's a sense of here we go again. It's like you see. And this goes to my what we always say. When Brazil was Brazil had the Nike World Tour, right? They never played against any good teams. When you look at the Nike World Tour, they never played against equitable teams. They always played against some little Vietnam, Turks and no, they never play Turks and Caicos. But you get what I'm saying. Them go on the world tour and play some baby sides and play some games. Because remember, you win the World Cup, you don't play in the World Cup qualifiers back then. So they went on the world tour as their World Cup qualifications to get ready for the World Cup. But they never played against good teams. They play against some baby teams and can play samba football and run them off the field. What was the purpose of those games? To build vibes, to build expectation. Jamaica don't have any expectation. They built a little bit of expectation, in my opinion, for the Unity Cup. Carried over into the Guatemala game, the first game. They got a rude awakening the first game of the Gold Cup. And this game to me felt like, was the Unity Cup real or was it fake? That's the vibe I was getting. Instead of, yo, make we go beat up this that side, Guadeloupe. No, it was, are we this team or are we the last team? So the question marks were being asked again because there's no consistency in playing. There's no consistency in results. You can't win if you don't used to winning, And people need to learn this in sports. No matter what sport you're playing, you have to learn to win. You don't just get up and win games. You have to learn. Winning is built on effort, and winning is also a habit. If you're a habitual loser, you're shocked when you win. If you're a habitual winner, you are shocked when you lose. We weren't shocked when Jamaica lose to Guadeloupe the other day. It was like, well, here we go again. And I think the players kind of resonated that. Eh?
Yeah, Guatemala. Yeah,
Guatemala. When we lose to Guatemala. And the players kind of resonated that all over again. So that's what we need to fix. And I'm going to say it again. Let me say it again. For all those who remember the Road to France 1998, you remember Simoe's first game. Was it his first game? Was Mexico the first game?
No, my memory not go that far.
I did
I'll
not.
depend on you.
I
But
think it was a
I would use
Nor.
Google.
There was. I think his first game was the Norwegian team, the Norway, whatever, some club team, and Terangelo floated forward. If that's not the first game, that's amongst the first game, and Kevin Wilson is score. Pele Wilson is score. But what I'm saying is, from that game on, Simoy said you have to turn the field into an office. You have to turn the national stadium into a fortress. And they played games. They hosted games. They played against a Norwegian team. It was some club team. You had Torangelo Flo, old Torangelo Flo, and a Larson or one next little old time baller from Norway. And Kevin Wilson scored one love game. You had the game against Mexico when I think it was Boyd or Lord scored a free kick. When after the game they end like 1-1 or something like that. And they scored a free kick in the last 5 minutes. Those things built a vibe for Jamaica and especially playing at home. We don't have that now. We just feel like we can just throw players together and put a coach with them and they just all learn for win. And that's a ball game, go brother.
I'm looking at Rene Simone's CV here, rssf.org. Well, you said it was a club team.
I'm wanting it was a Norwegian club team.
Okay. I said the United States was the first opponent in this tenure.
That's the second time.
20, November 22nd, 1994. 3-0 scoreline, United States. And they play Cuba.
That game now.
So going on a deep dive for that one there, because my...
Let me see. 1990.
No, but just as you look for that, I do agree with the general premise that winning is a habit, winning is a culture, and the tone of such culture and such habit starts with the man or the woman who is in charge at the top, the coach. I've played on winning teams and I've played on really bad teams. And when you play on really bad teams, you can't win, you can't find things to save your life. Everything goes sideways. And when you're playing on winning teams, you expect to win. You expect to win when you walk on the grass. And even at the death, even if you lose in late, you still expect to win. That's the mentality of winning games. But it's incumbent on Steve McLaren and his coaching staff, Meran Gunn and company, to continue to push. I mean, he says the right thing in the press conference. Continue to push this mentality. Look, every ball game we have to play for win, and we want the effort. You're not going to win every game, but you want that competitive effort where you know you can actually leave the grass knowing that you have left it all on the park. And sometimes with the Reggae Boyz, it's that question is like a hell no. They're not really leave it all on the grass.
Yep.
So, but job done for them. Panama versus Guatemala just kicked off. Game is 0-0, 4 minutes in. Big game, top of the table clash game. I'm looking forward to see this football game. Final thoughts before we go. Yeah, people, subscribe, smash the like button, and turn on the notification bell. Drop the stream to the people and tell people about the show. This is a football show. We focus on Watchalong with the Reggae Boyz and Reggae Girls. Reggae Girls has a game coming up 9 days. Junior against England. Reggae Girls versus England. 9 days. We'll do a watch along for that one. And of course, the Reggae Boyz will have a watch along this Tuesday against Panama. Big game. Big game.
Yeah.
Boy, AI Sport I go hard with the Panama attack. Go die over to Escobar. Watch out. I can't keep up. This is like ping ball.
So, see here, so Kevin, so that's something that I had up because I had to look up Kevin Wilson to find that game.
Okay.
So I guess the as how would that today? Oh,
Yeah, rssf.org. I don't know that source.
yeah,
I don't
but
know who that is.
Kevin Wilson made his debut for the Reggae Boys in 1995, but never managed to become a regular squad member. He scored on his debut for Jamaica versus Norway. The game ended 1-1. So that was the first game I remember with Simoes. So maybe, obviously, he played before that. But that was in 95. And that game is not on that site. I think it's not on that site that you found because it wasn't a FIFA sanction date.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
Jamaica played a lot of games back then on non-FIFA sanction dates.
Okay.
So, can
We don't
remember,
say we don't say your memory deep, man.
can
Uh,
remember that Norway game. Remember, because that was Kevin Wilson's first game and him score. Everybody thinks that Kevin Wilson was going to be the next great thing, but if anybody remember that Charlie Smith side, and I don't want this, but I disrespected them. But that Charlie Smith side was a big side, right? It's a big team. Kevin Wilson, Bonzi, a Chinsu did up on that team too.
Arnold Chinsu.
I think Chinsu did up on. Is a big. That was a big side. Where big grown man. I leave work for go watch at Charlie Smith side. That's how big that team was, right? But the problem is, none of them did all. So um, when they run through Manning Cup, I saw big man a play against some younger footballers. So that the kind of maybe just ease off because we don't want we don't want buns there them but they want bus mate. So
Yeah, man, that was a big side. They were a big side, and most notably, sometimes we forget about. At least I forget about Ricardo Fuller. I mean, the youth. I saw recently a clip where he was on the right wing and him chopped through two players. I wish he gave him that
the
play. I
Stoke
don't
the
remember the
Stoke the
game.
Stoke the Stoke goal.
I don't remember who,
A Stoke.
but
I think a big goal like for Stoke.
it's just sometimes, and this is why we keep saying that we need a football museum. All them things they need to get our sports museum, football museum. We need for them on those heroes need to be celebrated and enshrined in that facility.
Yep.
So people, subscribe to BallChat so we can start raise funds for put together BallChat football museum on the island.
Yep.
Have a piece of land ready up.
Those are the views of Benton and
Yo,
not necessarily ball chat. But I ain't that enough.
that 0-0 between Panama and um Guatemala early one or what they say. So
So
Central American football enough niceness.
and BM did
And
ask, what are your predictions for that game?
I got to go with Panama. Big up to Orlando, Los Coloneros, and all the Panamanian fans. But Panama beat that, brother.
I
Panama beat that. 3-1 them again.
I have the game
In
drawing.
fact, you know what? 3 love them again.
I have the game drawing. It's
Well,
a
look
draw
at
game.
you, Junior.
It's a draw
As
game.
Panama with a deadly attack a while ago, almost score. Come on.
But yo,
But hey,
people,
yo, AI Sport, I move hard. Every minute the thing all over players with Panama. I'm on them, I move them back. The Panama is one of those teams where, I look forward. We love football. Jamaica, our team where we support, but we are football fans.
yeah.
And we look forward to see teams that really play the game and play the game well.
Panama remind me of old time Mexico.
Seems like it. Seems like it. Seems like it. All
Yo,
right,
people,
people
like
like
that, you
that,
know.
big up to the family. Big up. Reggae Boys 2-1 victory over Guadeloupe. Reggae Boys now sit on 3 points. Smash the like button. Yo, we're gonna be back in the studio Tuesday. So I'm gonna there back live and direct. In
You
the place Tuesday.
can follow us on Instagram at BallChat Podcast. Also on Facebook at BallChat. Email us at ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. We have the old flyer. People, we're born Twitter, we're born X. Yo, we're standing up with against certain entities and individuals. So we're not gonna hide and talk. So we're born that. Yo, Benton, I ain't that you know. Tuesday again.
Yeah. Bless up family.